Mabuhay! I'm Rama and welcome to my art space, and I'm going to explore this art journal that anyone, just anyone, can have to explore art. 365 Days of Feel-Good Art is one of those art books illustrated by London-based book designer Lorna Scobie. This book, just like the other 365 Days of Arts, is filled with daily activities where you can make art. Now, this journal allows you to use your preferred art medium that can be either crayons, pens, pencils, or even pastels. But now I usually use gouache and watercolor, so I would need an acrylic mat. And in the introduction, Lorna encourages the journal user to use an acrylic mat so that the paint would not bleed through the pages. Now I'm excited to use this, so let's work on the first page. The first activity is about making your own color wheel. I need to add the clear gesso on the page that I'm gonna work on. The gesso will serve as a primer for the page. Once the gesso is applied, it will leave a rough paper-like texture on the page. And then I have to wait for this to dry up before starting my work. The instruction here says that I need to create my own color wheel. I'm also encouraged to use different forms of art materials like cut paper or the like. But since I'm more comfortable with paints, I'm gonna make this color wheel out of gouache. I'm guessing that this activity helps me practice on how to combine different colors. I nearly forgot to tell you that this book has a daily prompt checklist that you can cross out or check once you finish an activity. It's okay not to be strictly chronological because I started with prompt number 3, which is finger painting. Can you guess what this painting is? Because I honestly don't know what it is. This one's subject to interpretation. Then I turn back to the second prompt. This activity is designing beach huts. I love gouache paints so much, I use them to design the beach huts. The prompt also encourages the journal owner to draw people in the beach. So I drew the surfer guy and his dog. Or painted rather. Then let's add the sea. And of course, what's the surfing without the waves? At first, I wasn't sure how to design the door, but then I thought, why not add 2 ladies vying for the attention of the surfer guy? In only one picture, I was able to tell a good story. This journal also has simple activities like blending colors. I used a variety of gouache and watercolor paints and explored it with colored pens too. I also tried mixing graphite pencil with brown charcoal sticks as well. This prompt just lets you fill in the blanks with different colors. This journal is very helpful because it made me use almost all of the hidden art materials in the house. Here's also an exercise for drawing faces. Man, I know I'm bad at drawing faces, even my own face. Honestly, I didn't like the result. But that's okay, it's not the end of the world. And there are prompts that encourage you to write your thoughts about art, life, and whatever things that make you happy. No, I'm going to stop here because I want you to explore the journal yourselves. Even though you are not an artist, I highly recommend that you have this journal because it really helps you explore art. You know, in one activity, you can just finish it in a few minutes. And you can also finish like not only one, but 2 or 3 in a day if you really like. Now, this is just one of the journals under the 365 days of art. So there are many versions of this, and one of this is the 365 days of drawing, which I gave as a gift. Here's also a sneak peek of Miss Scobie's 365 days of drawing. Just like the other 365 days of art series, this one also has prompts for 1 art a day. Each prompt also has an instruction for daily activities. The first prompt encourages the journal owner to make drawings of everyday objects. You'll be also encouraged to use different art materials for every activity. Now, every 365 days of art series, that can either be 365 days of drawings, 365 days of art, they all have totally different activities from one another. So it's really exciting to have at least one copy or at least one version of them. You don't have to be perfect when you make your activities in this art. The purpose of this is just to help you unwind, to help you enjoy, you know. It's okay if you make ugly drawings, you know. I also sometimes make ugly paintings because the sense of it is art is therapeutic. So I think this journal just helps you encourage to, you know, find art as a therapy for yourself, especially if you are working on a really, really busy day and you need to unwind. It's just one way to help you unwind. It doesn't mean that when you have this journal, you have to be a perfect artist because no, that's not what the book is meant for. It's just only for you to enjoy it. Enjoy exploring colors, to enjoy, if you like dark colors, that's okay. If you like black and white only, that's okay. It's just, you know, just helps you explore and helps you, though, calm down while making art. But you know what? If you're making art, it doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. What matters is that you enjoy doing it. And that's the key. And that's a wrap. If you like this video, please click the like button. And if you're here in my channel for the first time, do subscribe. And also click the bell button so you would be notified of future videos. Again, I'm Rema, and I hope you would share your thoughts on what you think about this journal. And I hope to see you again in my next art space. Bye! Napaka-iingay ng mga kapitbahay na to. Diyos ko. Rolling in the deep. Sa mami naglilinis din, maingay din. Oh my gosh.